Oh, okay. First thing I want to say is if anybody's listening to this and they don't have my permission, I'd advise that you turn it off. This is going to be an oral journal, as it were. And if anybody's listening to this without my permission, I consider it an invasion of privacy, and it can't be forgiven. I don't care who listens to it. So, if anybody's listening, turn it off if you don't have my permission. Anyway, well, today's July 29th, 1978. I don't really know where to start with this thing. I'm doing a show at the Washington's Crossing Open Air Theater called The Arms and the Man by Bernard Shaw. I'm stage managing the show, and I'm going to get paid for it. It's professional work. I'm also working at Somerset Farms part-time, and making about $50 a week there. Getting ready for school next September. I was going to start doing this as this tape here. Is just going to record my dreams. I thought it'd be kind of a sharp idea. Just record into a tape recorder the dreams that I can remember. So I'm going to just make it that, and just if I feel like talking or keep it like a journal. Whatever, just talk and save it, Save my voice. See what I sound like 20 years from now. I can listen back to it and say, wow. Just be impressive, I guess. Maybe it'll mean something to me, if nobody else. So I'm not exactly sure how deep I'm going to delve into my life through this tape recorder here. I don't know how much I'm going to reveal, as it were. But, yeah, I guess you can call this a journal, an oral journal. I'm working tonight, 9 to 12, at Somerset. Currently I'm sort of seeing a girl from work, Joanne. She's 23. It's not really working out too good, though. It's like we just can't. I can't let my hair down around her. We just don't seem to be on the same level or something. We just can't really communicate. It's just not working out right. But anyway, I'm seeing a concert with her next weekend, Crosby, Stills and Nash, at the Robin Hood Del West in Philadelphia. I have to see if I can find it. And I'll go with her as a date capacity or in a friendship capacity. I don't care, but I will see the concert and I will enjoy it. I don't care, who I'm with, because I am gonna have fun at that concert. It's gonna be Crosby, Stills and Nash, one of my favorite groups right now, aside from the Jefferson Airplane. I listen to them a lot. I really like Jefferson Airplane. They're really good. They're old. Their records are 10 years old or whatever, and they've broken up. But they're good. I like that music. It was different. It was really good. It had something to it that I really enjoy. And Crosby, Stills and Nash did the same thing. Maybe it was the time, a reflection of the times, because the music is a reflection of the time period that it's set in many ways, I guess. And that's what I think those two groups did. They reflected the state of events at that time or whatever. And because these days are not like the 60s, the music isn't like the music was in the 60s, and I don't think it's as good. I don't think the time period is good as it was in the 60s, and I don't think the music is as good as the 60s. And that seems kind of weird talking about the 60s like it was history, but it is history already. It's 10 years ago. So, I don't know. Let's see. I don't really know what to say. And I don't even know, I have doubts if I'm even going to continue doing this thing here. Because it feels funny for some reason. I keep on thinking someone's going to walk in and it'll be embarrassing, I guess. But I'd like to keep this going, Maybe take it to a shrink sometime if I ever decide to go to a shrink. I've thought about that, but it's not something... I've even mentioned it to my folks a couple times, but I don't think they think I'm serious when I say I want to go to a shrink, and I kind of... Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. I think it could help me out a lot, and just think I could benefit from seeing one, but I don't know if I ever will. Maybe this will even help with counseling if I ever decided to have counseling, these tapes, who knows. So, nothing really exciting is going on right now or anything like that I want to commit to history on this tape, to commit to memory. What can I say? I'm 18. My birthday is October 15th, in a couple of months. Let's see. I just recorded Gregory's Star Wars record, which I'll probably never listen to. I just sort of did it to please him because he wanted me to, and told him I wanted to, and it made him feel good to know that I wanted to record his record. I guess made him place more importance on it, even though he still doesn't like listening to it. So I recorded it, and recorded on the slow 3 3/4 speed instead of 7 and 8.5. Because if I don't listen to it and doesn't mean much to me, I'll just record it like that and just save it. And if I ever do sometime want to listen to it, at least it's the quality is not too bad. It's just not excellent or anything. I don't know what to say. Right? Hobbies. Well, let's see. I have I record albums and stuff. I guess hi-fi is a hobby. I like recording things. I like recording old radio shows off the radio, and I buy albums of the old shows and stuff. I don't know, I read a lot. Rolling Stone. I'm into music, or I try to be. I'm perpetually broke. I spend my money left and right. I never save my money. It's one of my faults. Right now, I'm in debt. I'm always in debt of some way or another. I owe book company $16. My dad like $15, $25, something like that. He's got a tab. Because I borrowed a lot of money from him last 2 times to pay my insurance. The first time I borrowed it from Mitch, finished paying him off, and then I had to borrow money from my dad because I didn't have any. I just didn't save it up, and I'm just about finished paying that off, and it's due again in 2 more months. This is 4 months ago. He loaned it to me. And that'll be $250 I have to have saved up for the insurance. All right, now here's another thing. I'll be getting $60 from my dad for this, and it's a long story. See, I had this 22 caliber rifle that I bought and that I use, and my father took it away from me because he says there was a bullet in the gun, which surprised me. I didn't know it was in there. And even if it was, and all right, I admit it's not, the most safe and healthy thing to have, a bullet in your gun, a live bullet. But there was a lock on the gun, and I had lost the key a long time ago. There's no way you could fire the gun. So even though there was a bullet in there, even if Gregory was messing around with it or whatever, he couldn't have done anything with it. All he could do is taken the bullet out. That's all he could do with it. You couldn't have fired it. He couldn't have fired it. And my father says that's why he took it away, because there was a bullet in there. Well, I've since learned from my mother that the reason he told her and my brother... there it is. Sorry, turn off the mic. I've since learned that what he told her and Jamie, the excuse that he gave to them for why he took my gun away, was because of my violent temper. Which could be part of it, because I have punched 2 holes in the wall about a half year ago because I was mad at my mom or something before school, and I just didn't feel like taking it, and I punched these holes in the wall. So that might have been part of it. Now, the real reason I think he took it away is because recently they found my pot, and so they know I smoke pot, and I think he's afraid I'm gonna come home, think he's a Martian or something, and shoot him. So it's really weird. But anyway, he took it away, and I'm getting $60 back, even though it did cost me $80. He'll give me $60 towards my insurance, so that's good for that. It'll help me a lot when when the time comes. And I did agree. He told me that I can sell the gun, but I can't have it. He took it from me, and he told me I could still sell it if I wanted to. So he's gonna take it and give me $60 for it towards my insurance. So that will help then when I get the bill. That's all I really feel like saying right now. Keep on thinking somebody's gonna come in here, and I'll feel weird talking on this tape. So I'll probably I don't know, only do it when there's nobody around to listen or whatever. Anyways, that's all I feel like saying now. So, adios.